Ready? Okay, hey everyone, my name is Olivia Placzek, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about the evolution of cell phones. Okay, so cell phones have obviously changed the way that we communicate in our day-to-day lives, and a cell phone was originally just created for emergencies. So how did something so simple turn into something like what we have today, which is the iPhone? Well, coming from a person who has had all sorts of different phones, just like I'm sure all of you had, it's crazy to think about how much there have been so many improvements over time. So today we're going to learn a little bit about some history about cell phones, some improvements that have happened over time, and some pros and cons to cell phones. So, as I said, we're going to learn a little bit about the history of a cell phone. According to web designer Depot.com, the first cell phone was created in 1983 by Motorola, and it was called the Motorola Dynatac 8000X, and it took over 10 years to produce, and it went on the market selling for about $4,000, and only 1% of the United States had one. The Art Institute states that this is the first mobile device because it was something that you could carry around with you as a cell phone. As the years progressed on, Motorola came out with a new type of cell phone, which was a little bit smaller and easier to carry, and it was called the Motorola MicroTac. Its battery life lasted about 75 minutes, and it still sold for $3,000. So as time progressed on, cell phones began to become a lot more modernized. The size began to shrink of the cell phones along with the process it takes to produce the cell phone. In the late 90s, you began to see a lot of different keyboards that would come up, and some cell phones even were able to have internet. And in 2007, Apple changed the world by creating the first iPhone. So, as we can see today, there's a bunch of different new improvements that cell phones are making all the time. Every single commercial that you see on TV that has to do with the cell phone is something that we can improve on with our cell phones or upgrade to. So it's crazy to be able to see how all these things change. So, this is a picture of some cell phones over time. And so, how have these improvements been happening? Well, cell phone features such as texting and cameras on phones weren't there, obviously, at the beginning. Texting was created in 1992, and even that first text took about 40 minutes to be sent and received. Over time, different generations of phones adapted text messaging, and according to the book Mobile Connection by Rich Link, 17 trillion messages are sent a year, which is about 200,000 text messages per second. Technology with cell phones doesn't just stop at texting, obviously. The camera phone was created in 1997, and the first picture was sent of a newborn baby. A lot of people thought that camera phones were kind of a dumb idea because it was kind of weird having a camera on your phone, but camera phones are obviously really good because they're able to take pictures discreetly, and they also